there folks, we are back at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. Now the reason I say we are back, I was actually here a few weeks ago and did the tour for the first time. However, there were some issues that I just felt really hindered my experience. So I reached out to customer service. They were kind enough to bring me back for free. So today is my second visit. What you're gonna see in this video will kind of be a combination of both visits, because some of the things I was able to capture the first time around, and we'll see how today's is different. We'll hope for a better day today. And where I'm actually at, it's the top of the parking structure. There's only one parking structure, and if you come all the way to the top, you can see the backlot area, and it's actually encouraged. I mean, nothing is blocking it, so you can come look, and I'll give a better view of it in just a moment. Before I continue, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like my video. Feel free to leave any comments if you have any questions, concerns, or just want to give your insight as well. And let's see how the tour is today. Just a quick note folks, you are going to encounter some or quite a few moments in this video and vlog where it's going to be completely silent because YouTube is giving me a lot of issues, and I thought the music wasn't that loud during my time at the WB tour, but it's loud enough where YouTube kept flagging it for copyright claims, and luckily no strikes, but you know, it's been an issue with the music in the background. And the WB tour has a ton of music from all their content and movies and shows and themes and all that, so I apologize for kind of the awkwardness going through it, and I don't really have background music to fill in all the time that that I have to keep it silent. So just FYI, if you do encounter or when you do come across those moments where it is silent, that is done on purpose. You can thank YouTube for that difficulty. I can't even have background music without getting copyright issues on the video, so I apologize, but it's still the same content in the video, so enjoy. So over by the bathrooms, I didn't see this last time, they actually have water refill stations, so you can bring your own refillable water bottle.
All the available seats. You will be a full tour car today, so please do not skip any seats in row number 1. Fill in row number 1, please. Row number 1.
Scene with a T-Rex chasing the cart here. So Jurassic Park filmed in Hawaii, but there was a huge storm. They had to leave and they had to finish some stuff over here.
Yeah, great point. So this is a
Just if they want to. So you're gonna hear some stuff that's not Warner Brothers. Alright, so there's definitely many different countries in here. Yeah, I just slowed down so you can clean it out and make it look nice. So that's some stuff they can do with that as well, besides water scenes. So that's all of our, even our kind of parking lots, everything has a little bit of history to it. And there it looks like there's a pretty big line today. Ones with an audience. So if you hear laughter, that's because there's an audience. Yeah, 2.5 men. So we have different stages for different things. So we have multi-camera shows and we have single camera shows. For those of you who don't know, single camera shows. Oh, I'm going around for you.
We can tell that together.
I already told it to them. That's why I was like, you tell it. It's like an exciting thing. But,
Alright, well,
where's my perfect
so we have the upside down kiss from Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire here. So that would have been right here. So in that scene, we had rain grids like I told you about earlier, and since Tobey Maguire is upside down,
the rain grids That's the last known remaining set of Casablanca in existence. They don't know of any others. This is the cafe scene, the flashback in Paris where they're sitting at the cafe together. All right, I'm just gonna go. I was just gonna let them take a picture real quick. We just got a couple of fans. No problem. So you guys come on out. If you want to listen, she's gonna be talking about some stuff. But my Gilmore Girls fans, you can go up there and take a photo. So this is again Stars Hollow, Connecticut. It's also Bluebell, Alabama for Heart of Dixie, or Rosewood, Pennsylvania for Pretty Little Liars. This gazebo is where Mr. Freeze, before he was Mr. Freeze, got married. Check.
Got it.
He's watching a video in there, sad about his wedding. They filmed that on the that wedding on the gazebo. Over here, this red building with all the different colored windows, that's from Shameless. That's the front of the alibi room. So they had something that came out at the time, they took that down. So again, these places can be changed very often. Some other stuff that was filmed here, there's some musicals, there's The Music Man, there was East of Eden was one of our classics. I was going on musicals, sorry. The Music Man, they had Grease Live here, they had Christmas Story Live, they had a bunch of different musicals here. They had the Muppets movie with Jason Segel. This was also, again, some of their to crouch down to look oh, it's also the Daily Planet from Lois and Clark.
Do they use that for Western where
Big Bang Theory. This is where they line up to see Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then they don't get in, so they take the movie and then they run away with it. Again, another bus stop. We don't have buses here. This street, all of New York Street, actually in the 50s caught on fire. It was it was caught on fire, and Jack Warner, instead of calling the fire department and being responsible, he called a camera crew to get a video of New York on fire if they ever needed it for a movie. So it actually burned all down, and then they rebuilt it in the 50s. Up ahead is Chicago. So this is where this blue and gray building was the first building that was there. It was for the original Flash series. The original Flash series only lasted about a season. It was very expensive to make. And then they used it as a hall of records for Tim Burton's Batman. And then ER came in and built the other buildings and built this L-track train. ER, this was the back of the hospital, so if someone was walking out of here and then they had a train go by, they'd have to CGI that in because this could not hold up an actual train. It's also Southside Chicago for Shameless, and then over here is Patsy's Pies where Fiona works. So that is over here. And then we'll go into the town of Midwest. So Midwest is called Anytown, USA. That's their nickname. It's all up ahead. This is where there's a real theater, so they'll do screenings. They'll sometimes do premieres, things like that, events for rent. This was where they're throwing their papers on fire, saying how they're not going to pay their rent. This is also in Friends, where Phoebe goes and gives them money to the homeless woman, and she buys her a soda and has a thumb in it. So that's over here. This street is used for New York a lot in Friends. A lot of people think they go to New York for those outside episodes. They never went to New York. They filmed everything here. For my list guy with the don't mess with the Zohan, this is don't mess with the Zohan. This is the hair salon. So that's the inside. Over here, this is also where they did You. Anyone fans of You? This is where they reveal that he comes into, or he's in Paris. So again, they're going to do that thing where they put a green screen here and make it look like Paris is behind him. This is also in Greatest Showman. Young Hugh Jackman's looking in these windows at himself and then dancing around the streets. They poured tons of dirt in these roads and made it an old dirt road for that. If we crane our necks back a little bit where those people are standing, that is where the Spider Homecoming. So this is where he's sitting on the fire escapes, eating a churro, talking to Happy on the phone.
So on the first tour, they did say this was used to film Spider-Man, but on my returning tour, they said they found that it wasn't used for Spider-Man, so I don't know what's right.
Here is Hennessy Street. So Hennessy Street was made for their gangster films, but it's most famous probably for the 1980 version of Annie. So over here, this light right on the right building, this light building is Miss Hannigan's orphanage because of that title. Our next town is, our next back lot is Park Place. So Park Place, this one over here, this is probably not used very often. This is our, I would say, least amount. But it's still got some stuff left over from young Sheldon. That's the train museum he worked at for the day and then got fired. You can also see on these back lots, there's these brick and these stone things. That is actually a material called styrene or fiberglass. They can actually rip that bus stop. They have a bunch of bus stops around the lot, though we don't have a bus. That's for filming. So they'll put that near things that might have a bus station on the show or something like that. This is the only building that does have a title. I'm not sure here. They use it for Space Jam New Legacy, where LeBron takes his son to camp at the end. Him and Bugs Bunny are talking over here. Lucifer used this as a coffee shop. It was to New York. She comes to that bus station, so they use it as a bus station. In Pretty Little Liars, they use it. This was originally Laramie Street. This was all their old westerns, their western town shows, whatever. So they weren't going to make those anymore, so they took it down. They built this neighborhood. You can see they built it at a curve, so if they're filming, it looks like it keeps going. They built all these houses, and we'll talk about this later, but they want to film in sound stages as much as possible. They don't want to film in these houses, so they were just empty houses they weren't using. They actually put offices in here. So each house is a different show's offices. So it's like a little neighborhood of shows, and that's like their writers, their producers, things like that. And you can see their parking spots over here, but if they're going to film out here, they're going to take those away. Nobody can park over here, and they're going to put picture cars, which are the cars for a movie or a show, and then they'll make this into whatever neighborhood they need. Some of the stuff that's filmed here, this was in an episode of George Lopez. He joined the Neighborhood Watch. It's also in Big Bang Theory. This is where Sheldon's riding on the back of Wallowitz's scooter through the neighborhood. This is also Bob's house in Bob Hart's Abishola, also Hannah's house in Pretty Little Liars. And there was a Fuller House episode where they do a flash mob scene, so a bunch of stuff over here. So again, this was made for filming, but they use it for offices.
The first 43 parallel universes I've checked prove to be empty. See no reason to suspect universe number 44 will be any different.
You guys already been
Penny.
over there?
Penny.
You can take a photo
Penny.
with me. If not, there you go. And then you're gonna there you go. And then you're gonna cover your body and cover your head.
Probably gonna be a no.
Make it multiple choice.
Are we allowed to know?
That's a specific point in the actor's body. The movement of the dots are tracked and recorded by computers as a simple skeleton that precisely replicates the actor's performance.
Yeah, that's why Nana looks a lot bigger than Penny. Oh.